No matter how many goals you set, none of them will ever matter if you can't control your discipline. We can all make a plan. We can all write down what we want to do, but it's our ability to follow through with our actions day in and day out that determines whether we succeed or fail. And the truth is that most people give up far too easily. It's easy to get started when you're feeling pumped and excited about something new. That's why so many people start New Year's resolutions only to abandon them just weeks later. It's not that they didn't want to be healthy or wealthy or successful. They wanted those things badly enough at that moment. It's that life got in the way and they never learned how to push through the bad days when the motivation wasn't there anymore. In today's video, we're going to learn how to maintain our discipline no matter what challenges we face by looking at the story of an average man who went from being overweight and depressed to one of the most inspiring figures of our time. When David Goggins was younger, he weighed 300 pounds and worked a dead-end job that left him miserable. He felt trapped and hopeless, unsure of how to make a change. Then he heard some news that shocked him into action. The U.S. Navy was opening up a new round of recruitment for SEAL training, and they were specifically looking for bigger men to join the team. This sparked a small flame within him. Maybe this could be his ticket out of his mundane life. David had always been big. In high school, he played football and was considered obese by the end of his second year. No one thought much of it because he was good at sports. But after leaving school, he stopped exercising and the weight piled on. Before long, he was 300 pounds and looked like a giant among normal people. However, now that he knew there was an opportunity for him to have a unique career, David began preparing for the SEAL test. He visited his doctor and asked for help to get into shape. Although skeptical, the doctor helped David create a workout routine and diet plan. For the first time in his life, David followed a workout plan and diet. But after a few months of hard work, he failed a physical fitness test. Dejected, he repeated the process again the following year, but he failed once more. Though he had improved his times, he was still too slow to meet the standards. Despondent, David returned home to contemplate his failure. Although he had come close, he was still too slow to qualify. The Navy was not for him, or so he thought. At this point, most people would have given up. But David was determined to succeed. He was tired of being the fat kid who couldn't do anything. For the first time in his life, he had a goal that mattered. So he decided to keep training. This time, he didn't wait for the Navy to announce another recruitment drive. Instead, he went for it himself and he signed up for a Spartan race. As David trained for the event, he discovered a passion for long-distance running. He crossed the finish line of his first race and immediately signed up for another. After competing in several races, David qualified for the Spartan Race World Championships. But there was a problem. The event was in Greece and David had no money to travel there. Undeterred, he managed to scrape together enough cash to make the trip possible and compete against the best Spartan racers from around the world. The competition was fierce, but David persevered and finished the race. A Navy SEAL officer who was attending the race as a spectator noticed David's sheer grit and determination. Impressed, he offered David a place in the Navy SEAL training program. This time, David was prepared. His years of intensive physical training paid off. He performed better than anyone else in his group and became the first member of his platoon to complete the grueling selection process. But David's determination did not stop at being a SEAL. After completing his training, he continued to push himself harder than anyone else in his unit. He volunteered for every dangerous mission and eventually became one of the top performers in his entire command. Today, David Goggins is a legend in the Navy SEAL community. He has written several best-selling books about mental toughness and overcoming adversity. He travels the world, giving talks about his experiences and inspiring others to achieve their dreams. Why? Because while everyone wants to win, very few people are willing to pay the price to do whatever it takes to reach the top. Most people lack the dedication to put in the necessary work to achieve their desired outcomes. They'll complain about how hard life is, how unlucky they are, or blame their genetics. But the reality is that these are just excuses. It's not luck that makes someone successful. It's the countless sacrifices they made on the road to success. It's the extra hours they put in behind closed doors while everyone else was sleeping. It's their ability to ignore outside noise and focus on their goals. That's what sets winners apart from everyone else. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Have you ever found yourself saying, I wish I were healthier, richer, or more successful? We've all been there at some point. But wishing for something to be true isn't gonna make it happen. It's our actions that matter. Think back to when you were young. You probably had big dreams for the future, didn't you? You may have wanted to be an astronaut, a famous actor, or even president of the United States. But over time, those dreams faded away as you grew older and life got in the way. School, work, relationships, and responsibilities started to take priority, and before you knew it, you were stuck in a rut. We often get so caught up in the daily grind that we forget to take time for ourselves and pursue our passions. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can find fulfillment and success in whatever path we choose as long as we're willing to put in the work. So here are 3 lessons from the story of David Goggins that can help us find the strength within ourselves to pursue our dreams. Number 1, set big goals for yourself. Life can feel monotonous and pointless when you don't have direction. We need challenges to overcome so that we can grow as individuals. If we become complacent and don't push ourselves beyond our comfort zones, we'll never reach our full potential. It's okay to take it slow at first, but don't settle for mediocrity. Once you have a clear objective, make a plan of action and stick to it. Don't let setbacks or failures discourage you. Remember, even the greatest successes were achieved through hard work and dedication. The key is to keep moving forward no matter what obstacles stand in your way. Number 2, learn from your mistakes and adapt. Failure is an essential part of any success story. It's important to remember that everyone fails sometimes, even the most successful people out there. When we fail, we should accept it gracefully, learn from our mistakes, and move forward. Dwelling on past failures won't help us improve. Instead, we should use them as opportunities to grow and become stronger. When David failed the SEAL test, he could have given up, but instead he used his disappointment as fuel to train harder and try again. On his 3rd attempt, he finally succeeded. So whenever you experience a setback, don't let it define you. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start again. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone towards it. No. 3, push through the tough times. There are going to be days when you don't feel motivated or inspired. That's just a fact of life. But we shouldn't let those days get the best of us. We should use them as opportunities to practice self-discipline and push ourselves beyond our limits. Remember that self-discipline is like a muscle that needs exercise. The more we use it, the stronger it becomes. So next time you're feeling unmotivated, take a deep breath, focus on your goals, and push through the tough times. It's during these moments that we truly discover our inner strength and resilience. There are thousands of people out there who want to make a difference, but they let fear hold them back. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or simply fear of taking risks. But we have to remember that if we never take chances, we'll never know what we're capable of achieving. Life is full of uncertainty, and that's what makes it so exciting. We can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or even next month, but instead of letting fear paralyze us, we should embrace the uncertainty and be open to new possibilities. Look at David Goggins. He was a big, overweight kid who felt like he had no purpose in life. But instead of letting his circumstances define him, he took a chance and signed up for the Navy SEAL training program. And that decision changed his life forever. So next time you're feeling afraid, take a deep breath and remind yourself that fear is just a feeling. It doesn't have to control you. With a little courage and determination, you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. Now over to you. What steps are you taking today to pursue your dreams? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring content like this.